Hello, I'm so happy I got a hold of you. Welcome to another exciting episode of Lucius Showcase. I am Lucius T, and today we're taking a look at Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Now, I played this game twice, technically. I started playing it immediately after I finished Elden Ring, and then I wasn't really feeling it. And I don't know if it's because I was so juiced by such a invigorating, difficult experience that I just wasn't prepared or in the right mindset to play a game like this, because it is the complete opposite. Whereas the Dark Souls experiences are all super frenetic, super intense, super thought-provoking, this game is a chill, relaxing day on the beach. You go through some levels, maybe you unlock some stuff, maybe you don't, maybe you're just trying to beat the level. It's a very Nintendo experience. Think stuff like Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, or the Donkey Kong games. It's full of collectibles. In each level you gotta collect the Waddle Dees, as well as you have secret things like scrolls that upgrade your abilities in town. There's little gotcha things you can find. These little things in the things that where you put the quarter in it. They're called gotcha games. I don't remember what I used to call them back in the day. The little bubbles open up and you get little trophies, kind of like you did back in Smash Melee. You know, a lot of cool things, but not much as far as accomplishment and not much difficulty. Like, this game is not hard at all. There's a co-op mode, which is cool. I could see this being a really fun thing that I played down the line, but I just wasn't feeling it. So I went and I played Returnal, I played Horizon Forbidden West, I played Dying Light 2, and then, while I was waiting for the Demon's Souls remaster to show up, I thought, alright, let's go back and check out Kirby. Now, let me preface it with, I was the most excited for this game as I've ever been for a Kirby game. It was a day one purchase almost. I think I bought it the week after it came out because the physical copies were getting hard to find. Of course, I was in the midst of Elden Ring, but still, wanted it. It looked like a Mario-styled Kirby game. The thing I'd say it's the closest to is really that Mario 3D World aesthetic where it's 3D, but it's very linear. This one even much more so. There's areas you can't go into, you can't fall off of, and there's two different forms of Kirby's using his classic copy ability. So you can suck in enemies and take over them, or you have the new Mouthful Mode, which is the reason now that I understand all the stupid memes and pornographic stuff that came out when this game came out, because some of the Mouthful Modes are pretty suggestive, especially the O-ring one. Yeah. It's easy to see why people took it that way. But the Mouthful Mode allows you to still have the copy ability and then use a temporary ability such as driving a car or having a big gust of air. There's a traffic cone that allows you to smash through pipes. And the game smartly builds on all this through 6 different levels. There's boss fights at the end of each zone. You have to have saved enough Waddle Dees to unlock that zone. Throughout that, you unlock these little mini-game things that are kind of like just one-offs as far as you get a certain ability. Like, this is the level where you use the slash ability and then you got to make it through before the timer. Now, if you make it through, you get the star coin, and the star shard, whatever it is, allows you to upgrade your abilities, but beating the timer gives you an extra bit of the magic coins or whatever they're called, and those coins are what you use also to upgrade abilities and also to play the gacha game. And it's one of those things where even though the game is very easy, these are not they're not that easy as far as beating the timer. And I can't tell you how many times I would finish it and then I'd look and I'd see the timer was 5 seconds sooner than what I did. Now, all these were usually first go passes or second go passes, so yeah, it's not like it takes that much time to get through it, but some, like the ring toss one, was really hard to control. I can't imagine trying to go for all the under timer things. And then you could also find ones throughout the world by just searching the overworld map, the way you fly around on your star, which the whole thing is gorgeous, looks really nice. It was hard going from, you know, the PS5 to this because you can see, especially the draw distance, you get a little bit of frame rate slowdown as you get closer to the things. It's got a little bit of more fuzziness. Also, I played Triangle Strategy before this too. But super enjoyable, super fun, a great just chillaxing game. You can play it whenever you just have a few moments. You can play it while intoxicated. You can play it with your kids. You can play it not at the same time. And it's a lot of fun, but you gotta be in the right mindset. If you're looking for a challenge, if you're looking for something to really put you to the test, this is not going to be it. But if you're looking for something fun, low-key, relaxing. Now, the sad thing I'll say about that is that, in my opinion, that does not make this a full release value whatsoever. Now, at the end of the game, you do unlock a 7th world, as these Nintendo games always technically do, and the worlds in there, instead of collecting the Waddle Dees, you're collecting the soul of a major character that you then have to get enough soul pieces to restore him back, and then fight the true end boss. I enjoyed that part of the game so much more, but that's also not what Kirby games are about. Like, that level of difficulty would have me much more hooked, because there was, even though I still beat most of them the first go-round, it had levels of exploration, you know, the secrets made more difficult, the combat sections, like they had a boss rush mode, they had the more intense fights. Because really, once I got the third upgrade of the tornado thing, it allowed me to just run through the rest of the game, because I'm one of those guys that I don't always go for the mid-maxing or the meta or whatnot, but I do look for the most efficient tactics available. Meta. I don't push myself into it, but I find the most efficient way that I like for my playstyle, and I found that the tornado just allowed me to run through stuff, and why not? I mean, there's not much difficulty to it to begin with. You have a health meter, but it's pretty generous. You get health refills all the time. Each level's structured kind of the same way, where you have just beat the level, and then you have to find the hidden Waddle Dees, so you'll find little secret pathways and areas you can go through. Like you'll go down a corner and you'll notice, oh, the camera follows me, or you'll see things jutting out where you have to use specific powers like the hammer ability to hammer it down, or the ice ability to cool it off. So all those are very clever. And it's one of those things where you have to be, like I said, I keep saying, you have to be in the right mindset to be not so much, because that's the problem I have with these kind of Nintendo games. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of the Donkey Kongs. I'm not a biggest fan of the Yoshi's games anymore, is once I've done it once or twice, I don't get the same enjoyment of going through. It's funny, I like checklist games when it comes to these open world games, where it's like, oh, let's go through this tower, let's go, oh, we revealed the map, great. But when it's in these little enclosed, cutesy, graphic, non-difficulty things, I don't know, I just don't have the same level of patience or desire for it. So that's a little strange. But the last 6 worlds, pretty enjoyable. If the whole game was like that, I would say this is definitely a full retail release value. Still worth it because it's a Nintendo game, and I know it's never going to go down in value, but it is one of those things where, yeah, it's a little bit of a bummer. But it's basically exactly what I was hoping for. Very pretty game, very fun, very enjoyable. Something that I'm looking forward to playing with my daughter when she gets older, because this would be a great early game to introduce her to. But yeah, as far as pick it up if you got nothing else to do, like, it's so weird. It's such a perfect game for some, but not for others. So if you're looking for a cool, relaxing experience, pick it up all day long. If you're looking for something that's going to have staying power and be more than just a weekend of fun, even though I stretched it out over a couple weeks, but once I sat down and actually played it, I got through it pretty quick. Look elsewhere. All right, guys, that's what you get for this week. It's been so nice getting a hold of you. Take care.